Greetings YouTube and welcome back to another vlog. So it's been a while, hasn't it? But I'm back. Well, I'm back until whenever I'm next back doing another vlog. But anyway, how are we all doing today? I hope everyone is doing great. I'm doing alright. I've just been really busy and unfortunately I've not had much time off. But here I am. I'm back. Back for now anyway. So yeah, what topics will we be talking about today? And what are my opinions? So yeah, I've got a few stuff to show you, but I will show my pickups in just a minute. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about some of my videos that I've done, particularly the my things like my top 30 Commodore 64 games video, which on my Amiga one just had over 10,000 views, which is absolutely ridiculous. They're not even my best videos, and here they are as two of my most popular videos on the channel. And those videos have gave me quite a few subs. The last I checked, that it was on 275, which it's absolutely ridiculous. I didn't think I'd be seeing numbers like that on the channel. I thought maybe. I thought the most that I'd probably get on my channel is 50 if I'm lucky. And I do apologise for the lighting. The weather's a bit up and down at the moment. So if you notice if it goes darker and brighter, it's because the weather's cloudy and then it has like times where the sun is trying to break through. But yeah. Anyway, let's get back on track. So yeah, my Commodore 64 video and the Amiga one ended up being like my most popular videos on the channel, and then 99% of the comments have been absolutely fantastic, and yeah, I appreciate all of them. And yet there's some games that I didn't include, and a few people mentioned some of the titles that I didn't include, and some of them I almost included in the list, you know, and I thought, you know what, those are some good recommendations, thank you very much. However, as usual, you always get one prick, don't you? You always get one prick. And yet there's some person like demanding, oh, where's the Gianna Sisters? Where's that game? You get like quite mad at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, it's a good game. But I actually prefer the Amiga version. I really do prefer that version. But, I mean, it's good for the Commodore 64. But yeah, like one or two people like demanding, like, where's those games? I'm like, read the title of the fucking video. It says my top 30. It says my. That word, it gives, it's a massive clue. Not your list or whatever. I mean, instead of being a twat about it, make your own fucking list. It's not that hard, is it? But yeah. But we have some people who've given me some good recommendations and games that, you know, I really thank them for doing that. Some person mentioned the game Elite, which, yeah, it's a great game though, Elite. But I prefer the BBC Micro version as it runs at a much smoother rate. But for a Commodore 64, I gotta be honest, it actually does alright. So, that's it. I'll have a quick sip of my drink. Yeah, the weather starts to get a bit warmer, which is good. But as I say, when it comes to like lists and all that lot, it's pretty clear that some people, for whatever reason, just cannot get over themselves. But that's part and parcel of life. You can't really do anything about it. But yeah, I'm absolutely stunned at how much traction those videos got. It's ridiculous. How come a simple video like that attracts many people, even though I don't even consider it to be, I don't consider those two to be a great video. And yeah, I know some person said, oh, on the Commodore 64 one, he said, oh, you've got too many arcade conversions. I'll tell you why I've got those arcade conversions on there, because they're fucking good conversions. I mean, it's as simple as that. I know, I think it was on, like, on the Amiga one, some person said, where the hell is Rainbow Islands? I mean, I know where, I mean, Rainbow Islands is like the most well, it's the best-selling game of all time on the Amiga. I personally don't get why, but yeah, people rave about Rainbow Islands. I can't stand the game. I cannot. It's a good game, but I just hate it. I just do not like it. It's just, I don't know. I just find the game too cutesy. Yeah, I don't mind Bubble Bobble. In fact, I love Bubble Bobble. But that game isn't like obnoxiously cute and everything, like fucking rainbows and everything. And I much prefer the music in Bubble Bobble. Hearing Somewhere Over the Rainbow like 1 billion times, it does absolutely, it gets on my absolute nerves. It really does. And yeah, that's it. I mean, if you like Rainbow Islands, I don't blame you. I'm just not a fan of it at all. I've never have been. I've played all the other versions. Doesn't matter if it's the ZX Spectrum one, the Amstrad, NES, or well NES. That's what us Brits call it. Yeah, the NES is what the Yanks like to say it. But yeah, the NES. But yeah, other than that, everything's it's been all right. I know it's been a bit quiet on the channel, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, I cannot control stuff that happens outside of YouTube. Sometimes it happens, and you got to deal with it. Yeah, because as they say, expect the unexpected, and the unexpected I did expect, but also I didn't. If you know what I'm saying. Excuse me. Doesn't help when I'm drinking a can of Coke or well Pepsi Max. Just yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Must have came from my toes. Anyway, let's go and show you the pickups. And yeah, these are all movies. Only four Blu-rays. I mean, I was gonna buy a few more items, but because I've been busy, I haven't had the chance. So yeah, I've got some films, and yeah, these are films I have seen before. Though some of them I have not seen in a very, very long time. So, you know. First movie, we're going to 1944 with this. This is an absolutely classic and a superb thriller. Yeah, starring Fred McMurray and Barbara Stanwyck, and that is the legendary Double Indemnity. I have not watched this film in quite a while, but yeah, it's one of those films that my dad enjoys as well. I have not watched this film in quite a while, but I remember it being absolutely fantastic. And yeah, it's got like I know it's got like a little like, well, I'll show you it anyway. Yeah, it's got like pictures and everything in the book as well. Just yeah, I mean it tells you a little bit about the film as well, and yeah, there's some pictures as well. Let's try and have a look. Yeah, some good pictures here. But yeah, it's a classic thriller. I highly recommend watching this though, but it's been a long while. So yeah, Double Indemnity. Next we've got my favorite Michael Caine movie, and it's my top three favorite movies of all time. And yeah, it is the legendary Italian Job. Yeah, the original with Michael Caine from 1969. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. I mean, that is a terrible impression, but yeah, I absolutely love this film. And it's one of the reasons why I like the old like Mini Coopers. I mean, I don't even like the Minis of today because the new Mini Coopers are not exactly mini. They sort of like look swollen, if you know what I mean. But yeah, there's nothing in it. It's just the DVD and all. Yeah, some leaflet. But yeah, this film I've probably seen this film like 1,000 times, and even when I was a kid as well. I mostly watch it for the cars, but it's an absolutely fantastic film. And yet the ending, yeah, what a cliffhanger it is, a literal cliffhanger. So yeah, The Italian Job. I love this film. Not the remake though from 2003. That can go in the ditch for all I care. But yeah, now we're going to probably one of my favourite movies from my childhood, and I haven't watched this film in a very long time. From 1984, and it is of course the legendary The Karate Kid. What a film this is. I have not watched this film in quite a long time, but I don't know, me and my brother used to like watching these films as a kid as well. I mean, I've watched all three of the Karate Kid films, and I haven't watched Cobra Kai though, which is surprising. But yeah, yeah, I know it. I'm just reading the back of it though. Yeah, it says yeah, it says there is more to karate than fighting. This is a lesson that Daniel, a a San Fernando Valley teenager, is about to learn from a most unexpected teacher, Mr. Miyagi, an elderly handyman who also happens to be a master of martial arts. When he rescues Daniel from the Cobra Kai, a vicious gang of karate school bullies, Miyagi instills in his young friend the importance of honor and confidence, as well as skills in self-defense, vital lessons that will be called into play when the hopeless, outclassed Daniel faces Johnny, the sadistic leader of the Cobra Kai, in a no-holds-barred karate tournament for the championship of the Valley. Yeah, all the karate. I mean, this is my favorite Karate Kid film. There's no ifs or buts about it. The second one is pretty good as well, just not a patch on the first one. The third Karate Kid film, no, not as keen on that one, but it's not too bad. But yeah, I haven't watched Cobra Kai, but I know people quite like that, so I might watch that. And now the final movie from 1993 this time. Yeah, it's one of the best films that Steven Spielberg has ever made, as far as I'm concerned. And it's not Jurassic Park, no, even though that was the same year. Yeah, that is of course that is a Schindler's List starring Liam Neeson. But this is an absolutely fantastic movie. I absolutely love it. It's been years since I last watched it, but I absolutely loved it and still do. So yeah, I just absolutely love it. I think it's based off a true story as well. And yeah, it is the film itself as well. But yeah, like, yeah, absolutely fantastic. Oh yeah, yeah. I was wondering where the other disc was as well. I had to like move the leaflets. This is actually the first time I've actually opened this Blu-ray. Yeah, I know I bought these off eBay. I mean, yeah, it took him over a week for him to arrive, but you know what? It was worth it. So yeah, I think that's that for like the movies anyway. These are all the pickups that I've got. Yeah, and there should be more coming, so you never know. So yeah, next I will talk a little bit about the football, and yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks, hasn't it? Not so much for I mean Liverpool. Yeah, we're winning games again. Apart from the Leicester City game last night, which we won 3-0, and I have a feeling that the Foxes are the next team to go down after Southampton getting relegated at the weekend by Fulham. So yeah, Liverpool have started winning games again, but unfortunately they have not been the most convincing ones. With the quality of players that Liverpool have, you would expect them to be comfortably beating these teams, but no. The players, I just don't think they're trying hard enough. I mean, except for last night where they played really well against Leicester, but then again, anyone can play well against Leicester because I reckon they're I think they'll be the second team to go down. And you know what? When I did the Premier League predictions just before the season started, I thought Leicester might just about finish in the top half, but they've had an absolute stinker of a season. And when it comes to when the Premier League season ends, I'm going to react to my initial predictions and then compare them to how they actually did in real life. Because I got quite a bit wrong, I will admit, but yeah, such is life. We all make, we all make mistakes, but you know what? It's part of life. You have to learn from them. But yeah, it was a big reality check for Liverpool as well. But yeah, before that, our other games were like, yeah, 1-0 win against Brentford, 2-1 West Ham, a 4-3 against Tottenham. That was a mad game, that. And then 3-2 to Nottingham Forest. I mean, not in that order, but those were like games where we were just winning like 1-goal margins. And yeah, Manchester United have dropped a couple of points, and they could, but I don't think that'll happen. They could drop out. They could miss out on Champions League football, depending how Liverpool do. Personally, I don't think United will drop out the top four. I think they'll just about get it. Liverpool will probably come fifth. I think we will come fifth now, though I don't think we deserve to be anywhere near fifth because I think we've been quite poor this year. Yeah, and there's other teams who I think should be above us, but they're not because the referee has robbed them. Teams like Brighton and Fulham. Yeah. And I thought Fulham would go straight back down again because I thought, oh yeah, usually Fulham are one of those yo-yo teams to go up and they go down, but no, Fulham are actually doing all right, and I think they might secure a top 10 finish because of how bad Chelsea have been. Dear me, they've been terrible. But yeah, I'll tell you one thing I got completely wrong. Sorry for scratching me. Well, scratch my eyes, a bit itchy today. But yeah, one thing I got wrong though. I mean, Man City will probably go on to win the league now, but Arsenal, oh my goodness, they've been absolutely superb. I mean, yeah, people are saying, oh, they've bottled the lead. Oh yeah, they're not going to win the league now. But the thing was, Arsenal this season, they were not even trying to win the Premier League, and they were not expected to end up in that position. I think the most that Arsenal fans wanted, and most people, were for them to at least qualify for the Champions League, which they've already done that. But you know, for Arsenal, I did think they would be challenging Man City, and in some ways, I think they've overachieved. But it's a good thing because at least it's nice to see another team like try and compete with Man City. And the reason why I'm saying that is because even though Erling Haaland is scoring all the goals for City, he scored 36 Premier League goals, which is like a record. City haven't been as good as they have been, and the reason why I'm saying that is because I don't know. We've had our season in 2018 when they won the league with a total of 100 points. I feel as if the standard is slipping a little bit at City because of the fact that Arsenal are that close to them. It shows you. I mean, City are a great team and all that lot, but I gotta be honest with you, I've seen better City teams despite Haaland scoring all the goals. I thought that team they had in 2019, 2018, 2019, was just absolutely insane. And that season, yeah, when my club Liverpool, yeah, we missed out on the title to City by 1 point. Like, we finished with like 97 points and they had like 98. It's mad. I mean, I wonder what City are going to do next year, depending if Guardiola stays. I mean, in fact, they could possibly go on to win a domestic treble. Imagine if they go and do what Manchester United did in 1999. Yeah, that'll be mad. But you know what? I am not a fan of City at all. I don't really like them much. But I actually want them to beat Real Madrid in the Champions League. I want them to get to the final so they can just stop Madrid like dominating football. It's as simple as that. But I have a bad feeling it'll probably be Madrid. But the thing is, Madrid don't have to play well. They have the know-how and the experience to do it. But sometimes if they're playing like shit, they'll probably get through because the referee has conned them. But saying that, the referees have conned certain teams though. Yeah, they've done it. They've done it all every top team in the world. Yeah, again, yeah, I'd like to see a different champion of the Champions League. Even if it's not Man City, could be someone like AC Milan though, where I think it might be Inter Milan because they have a 2-0 advantage going into the second leg and they're playing tonight. I mean, I prefer AC Milan, but if Inter Milan go to the final and win it, then that's a good achievement. I just want to see someone who isn't Real Madrid. I think most football fans do. Yeah, it's ridiculous, but you know, but as a Liverpool fan, it hasn't been a fun season for us. I mean, in fact, it's been a fun season for our rivals. Probably not so much Everton, who might get relegated, though I actually think they might stay up. Having a look at their next two fixtures compared to Leicester's two next fixtures, yeah, I mean, Everton have got Wolves and Bournemouth as their last two games. I mean, we beat Leicester 3-0. Their next game is at St James's Park against Newcastle, and they're going to absolutely tear them a new arsehole. Sorry, I get me get me past tenses mixed up sometimes. Yeah, it does that sometimes. And then after that, they play West Ham. I think they could get something against West Ham, but I have a feeling by that point, I think it'll be too little too late. I mean, if Everton don't go down, I hope to God it's Leeds. I cannot stand Leeds United. I've always disliked Leeds. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I wish it just didn't exist. I mean, I dislike Everton more, but I don't know where. I don't know. I reckon I say Leicester are the second team to go down. The third team, I reckon it's going to be either between Everton and Leeds. Maybe Nottingham Forest, but I don't know. Forest might stay up, but I mean, Southampton are gone after staying in the Premier League for 11 years. Though, of course, Southampton were relegated back in 2005 as well. So that's that. And yet, Leicester City, 7 years ago, were winning the Premier League. Yeah, it's on like 5,000 to 1 odds to going down to the Championship, which, yeah, imagine that. But saying that, Blackburn Rovers won the Premiership in '95. But, yeah, and then he got relegated in 1999. I had a look as well. Yeah, they came back up in 2001, relegated in 2012. So, yeah, I mean, the football's a funny sport. But, yeah, I think Everton might just about stay up. That performance against Brighton, yeah, when they went there and won 5-1, which is absolutely insane, that might actually keep them up. They lost 3-0 at home to City, but you'd expect that. Beating Man City is a really difficult task. It really is. It doesn't matter which team you are going to struggle against Man City, and they could go on to win a domestic treble, but yeah, it's an all Manchester final in the FA Cup final. Yeah, it's been well. I'm surprised it's never happened before, though, an all Manchester final in the FA Cup. I mean, we've had an all Merseyside final twice. In 1986 and 89 with Liverpool and Everton. Liverpool winning both of those though. In 89, Everton Everton could have actually beaten us in that final, but yeah, we put we won 3-2 in that one. I mean, we've had an all London one with Arsenal and Chelsea. Done it in the 2002 and I think it was 2020 or something. I can't remember. But yeah, I remember the 2002 FA Cup final where Freddie Ljungberg and Ray Parlour. Ray Parlour with an absolute banger of a goal. Yeah. Chelsea were sponsored by Umbro and they had the Fly Emirates sponsor. But yeah, it's interesting time in football. And we'll talk about a quick talk about the championship playoffs. So yeah, I know Sunderland beat Luton 2-1 in the first leg, and they're playing again tonight to see who will get into the championship playoff final, see who gets promoted back to the Premiership. But yeah, Sunderland last year, Sunderland got promoted from League One because they were in the Premier League and they had like a really bad downward spiral where they were relegated in 2017 from the Premier League. The next year relegated to League One. So that's that. Imagine if they make it back into the Premier League. I reckon they'll make it to the final now. But yeah, they have to play the second leg at Kenilworth Road, which is the home ground of Luton. So yeah, in the other semi-final was Coventry City versus Middlesbrough. So Coventry, and Middlesbrough. That game ended in a 0-0 draw at Coventry. The Rico Arena. I know I'm just trying to think of the names of some of these stadiums because I know Coventry used to play at Highfield Road. And in my opinion, they should never have left Highfield Road because of the problems that they've had to go through since then. A former Premiership team, going all the way down to League Two. But it's happened to a few football clubs like Portsmouth, who are now in League One. Charlton Athletic. But it's one of those things. But yeah, I wouldn't mind Coventry getting back into the Premiership because I had a look. Sunderland and Middlesbrough were both relegated in 2017, haven't been back. Coventry, it's longer, 2001. But Luton Town, the last time that they played in the top flight was 1992. So 1992 was the last time Luton played there. But Luton went through a humongous a humongous decline. And at one point they were playing in non-league, for a little bit, but an absolutely incredible rise for them. And I don't mind who wins the playoffs, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't mind Coventry or Luton because they haven't been in the top flight for the longest of times compared to Sunderland and Middlesbrough. But I mean, whoever gets promoted, fair play, and hopefully they will try and stay up, though I reckon it'll be really difficult. I mean, it's an interesting time, so that's really that. I think I've talked enough about the football and that. So, what have I been watching? So, I will talk about what I've been watching on TV, though, to be honest with you, there hasn't been much. I mean, other than the football, of course. But I watched the Eurovision Song Contest. I know, I don't know why I watched it. It probably would have been more fun staring at the ceiling. But Sweden won it with they won it quite convincingly. I think it was something like 526 points ahead of Finland got like 300 something, and then Israel like third. But Sweden have now equaled Ireland's record of winning the most amount of Eurovisions by winning it for a seventh time in their history. And yeah, the UK. I mean, to give us credit, at least we didn't finish last, second to last actually. But you know, yeah, we from finishing runners up last year, and I reckon we would have won last year if it wasn't for what was going on in Ukraine. But it is. But to be fair, our song was bloody awful. Let me be honest with you. I mean, yeah, some of the other songs I heard were much worse. But dear God, our song that we had for England was, well, the UK, sorry. It was another boring, generic fucking pop song. And a lot of these pop songs have sounded the exact same for about, I don't know, I'd say more than a decade, to be fair. And yeah, songs like that are one of the reasons why I've stopped listening to the charts for the longest time possible. I'm like, this is a lot of fucking shite. I'd rather record my own farts. And honestly, as shit as that is, at least it's a different kind of shit. I'm more interested in the Bristol stool chart than I am in the UK chart, if you know what I mean. So that's that. In sport as well, we had the former rugby league player for Leeds Rhinos, yeah, Rob Borrow, yeah, he was diagnosed with motor neuron disease in 2019, and yeah, and his former rugby teammate Kevin Sinfield, he was like doing like charities for to fight against motor neuron disease. Yeah, doing charities like that for his former teammate, and yeah, what I saw was when he was doing the marathon. Yeah, yeah, he was carrying Rob Burrows in his arms whilst doing the marathon. Yeah, it was quite emotional actually, and yeah, he kissed him on the forehead. Yeah, yeah, what a legend. I mean, you know, give the man a knighthood for God's sake. Not someone like David Beckham who loves himself, but yeah. But yeah, I know Beckham does a lot, but I think I know Kevin Sinfield's done a hell of a lot more, and he's done a lot more in that short amount of time than I think Beckham has ever done. It's as simple as that. I mean, different sports people, but you get the idea. And of course, I watch the coronation. I mean, I watch it because it's something that you may never see again, if you know what I mean. And so, I mean, I might next time I see it, might be if might be when Prince William becomes king. But you know what I mean? I'm not. I won't say I'm the biggest fan of the royals, but you know what? But I mean, in some ways, I want to show some respect and yeah, because I'm like, if I don't see, it, I might not get the chance to see it again. But I know there's some people who didn't watch it, and that's completely understandable. It really is, absolutely. So yeah. So on YouTube, I've been watching quite a bit actually. So what have I been watching? So of course I've been watching like some of main Meister streams though. Where yeah, I missed the Atari 800 one that he did. So I watched a bit of that and I enjoyed it. But yeah, and there's some other ones he did. I know he did a stream on Sunday, even though I was only there for half an hour because I had to be up early for Monday. So yeah, he did a stream on the Coleco version, a system that I don't know an awful lot about, but the games that I saw for it, there's some absolute corkers though. You know, like Beam Rider, which yeah, the game itself looks extremely blocky, but I don't know. I'm one of these people that you have to get into the mindset and use your imagination and try and envision what it looks like. Try and think of it as if you're looking into the future. Because I mean, for its time, yeah, I can understand it was like futuristic. But yeah, I'm one of these people that I don't think of the blocky graphics or anything like that. I just I know I just use my imagination and think of it from a different point of view. And thinking like that makes you enjoy and appreciate the older games more. You really do. If you're just going to judge a game based off its graphics, then you're not treating the game very fairly. I mean, unless the graphics are really bad on a certain title, fair enough. But this was at a time when they did the most of what they could do with the limitations. I know, yeah, I have like the younger generation. Oh, the graphics are shit, so the game must be shit. So, which it's not the case whatsoever. Like I say, there's plenty of games where the graphics are nice, but the gameplay, the gameplay, or doesn't exist. Yeah, yeah. I mean, but yeah, they had games like that on the Amiga as well. There's some like absolutely stunning games. I mean, Shadow of the Beast is one of those. Graphically, uh, from a visual standpoint, absolutely amazing. The music by David Whittaker, of course, that is just unbelievably good and still is. The gameplay, the gameplay, what gameplay? Yeah, it's fucking clunky as hell. Yeah, and the collision detection is non-existent at times. So yeah, it's like as if the gameplay was like it was an afterthought. Yeah, and I consider Shadow of the Beast. I know some people like the game, but to me, it's nothing more than a glorified tech demo disguised as a video game. That's what I think. But yeah, yeah, and on the Sunday as well. Well, actually, no, yesterday after coming home from work, I watched Dell's stream, and I left a comment and some questions for him to answer. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching Dell, yeah, I really enjoy your videos, which yeah, for you know I do, and hopefully because you support Coventry, hopefully your team might make it to the Premier League. But if they don't, good season, a very good season for them. So that's that. Other YouTubers, there's one channel I watch. It's called Walk with Me Tim, and he does like hotel reviews and everything. Yeah, I highly recommend watching his channel. Yeah, I know last week he went to Pontins in Preston last year, which yeah, it's got bad reviews, but he decided to revisit it because apparently the reviews have gotten a hell of a lot worse. And yeah, I think they should like the way Pontins is now. They should just demolish it and build something else there because let's be honest with you, holiday parks like that and chalets or whatever they are, they're out of date now. Let's be honest with you. You know, those places may have been great back in the 70s, 80s, and maybe the 90s, but people are not as interested in those sorts of places now as they were. I mean, okay, I mean, there's the Butlins in Bognor Regis, which is where a lot of people go. But yeah, holiday parks like that, most people aren't as interested in them now as they were, and as well, they're not as interested as them as they are now as they were back in its heyday, I suppose. But yeah, it's a shame to see places like that become like getting run down to the ground. Yeah, but yeah, he stayed in other hotels like the Britannia ones. Yeah, he stayed at the Adelphi in Liverpool ages ago. That is pretty rough. So yeah, and I know he was staying in like a cruise ship, but it was a cruise ship that didn't move. It was like it was. Yeah, he described it as a floating hotel in Gibraltar. Yeah, very nice though. Very nice. Yeah, I recommend watching stuff like that. And yeah, what else have I been watching on YouTube? I'm trying to think of what's quite a bit stuff. Can't remember. Sorry, I can't remember. I can't remember, but I know I've watched quite a bit of stuff. Because let's be honest with you, what's on TV, or well, what isn't on TV these days. Honestly, absolutely nothing. That's why I mostly rely on YouTube. Yeah, but yeah, the stuff that I watch on TV, because there's absolutely nothing. I just stick to like the repeats and everything. Even if I've seen the same episodes of Frasier all the time. I never get tired of that program. I never do. Only Fools and Horses, and yeah, the Carry On films as well. But yeah, um, oh yeah, speaking of Pontins, yeah, the one in Preston, yeah, I remember yeah, they did, yeah, one of the On the Buses films, Holiday on the Buses, that's right, yeah, they went to that one in Preston, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, it's probably the worst of the On the Buses movies, probably the worst one, but I only watch it because I'm like, because it just shows you what these holiday parks were like back in its heyday, you know. It's really fascinating. So anyway, I think I will call this vlog an end here. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully I shouldn't be back too long before I start making another video. So until then, I hope you all have a good day and take care.